If ever I had a video, would you dance in it? Would you dance in it, in it? Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine, let it in.
Good morning, and a Monday morning, and it looks as if it's going to be rather a brilliant day today, but the cold weather is on the way, and this morning it was a bit frosty when I first went out. 4:45 is no time for anybody to be alive and awake, and very few people are. Believe me, it's interesting, the deserted streets. However, what I want to talk about this morning is that there is an article saying that Lewes is one of the saddest places in the United Kingdom, that people feel very unhappy here. And at first I was about to dismiss that. This must have come from Customer First in Lewes District Council. But God bless them, I really must ease off a bit, because they have been, at least they reacted to my criticism, and we are under negotiation of some sort without it coming to court. Although it would have been interesting to see what a magistrate would have said. I suspect because of a matter of law I would have lost and they would have won. But as it is, they've settled for an honourable draw, and we'll try and sort that one out, and I'll keep you posted as it goes along. But are we unhappy? And I wanted to think that was a joke, and it was one of those silly things that you didn't talk about, and that some idiot had come up with a survey, but it's not. It's from the Department of Statistics, the government authorised organisation, and what they do is they rather look at things which quality of life and how satisfied people are, and whether in fact they think that their life is enjoyable or not. It's quite a serious undertaking, and I suppose, really, when you think about it, this reflects what is happening in our part of the world. East Sussex is quite rural. Take Brighton out, and it's not part of East Sussex anymore. Take Brighton out, and we're a very rural community, and I suppose, really, one of the things that affects Lewes rather badly, and I was chatting about this survey to somebody this morning who has lived here, man and boy, and so has his family, and he says, yes, the town has really changed in its nature in many ways, because of the economy. Most people go to work outside Lewes. Now, I'm privileged in as much as I do this television work, if you like. It's sort of semi-amateur at the moment, but it's getting better, and hopefully it will become properly professional and will actually begin to gain some revenue, because it's not at the moment, I can assure you. But I can work partly here and partly in London, but a lot of people now don't work here at all. They work in London, and that's changed the nature of the beast. It's changed the nature of the town. We are a wealthy community, but what's happened is that house prices have gone up, and so on and so forth, because those people that work in London are working in pretty good jobs with pretty damn good salaries, and as a consequence the money comes back here. Very good for the town, but nonetheless it really isn't representative of what the town is about. It's a small town, it's a lovely town, it's a historic town, and it's got a lot of people who have lived here for many years. I mean, I'm a newcomer, and I've been here for 27 years. And I suppose that the nature of the town is changing, and perhaps that's reflected in the problems that the local council is having. And perhaps we aren't as happy as we might be. We don't have the circumstances or the quality of life which we could expect because of this funny situation we find ourselves in as being a commuter town. Commuter towns in the past have all been on the rim of London, and have reflected that, and people can pop into the theatre. Here it's quite something to go up to the theatre at night, because quite often it doesn't end until 10 o'clock, and then you've got a train, and if you miss that one you've got to wait until midnight, and you get back at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's not a commuter town. In that sense, it has become a commuter town because most people, or many people here, work out of the town in banking and law and you name it, the professions in London. So does that mean that our quality of life has gone down? Well, underneath Lewes, even though you can walk through the streets in the evening and think that nothing is happening, that it's one of those funny little towns, what's happening underneath is really quite high quality. There are tremendous societies here, tremendous entertainment, tremendous clubs, tremendous activity in the arts, in the entertainment, in music, in games, in social activities such as the Morris Men and so on, and of course the bonfire societies are very active at this time of the year. So actually the quality of life is quite high if that's what you're looking for. If in fact you worry about whether you can pay the bills at the end of the month, well then that's a different kettle of fish, and perhaps that's what's taking us down and pulling us down on the national average. Who knows? But one thing is for sure is we are rated as being an unhappy lot here. Do I look unhappy? But I do recognize some of the difficulties when particularly younger people have to face in a town of this size and of this nature. Now I'm going to look, 5:45, I've overspent my time. So let me say that from an unhappy Lewes, here is a happy man, and even though I do understand that this statistic must be taken seriously for economic reasons, is a town which actually is still very vibrant and still a lovely place to live. Good morning, toodalip.